Good evening and welcome to Bridges to Housing Stability's second annual Heroes for Housing celebration. I'm Jen Broderick, Executive Director of Bridges to Housing Stability, also known as Bridges. I want to thank each of you for logging on to celebrate with us this evening. We realize virtual events are not ideal for everyone, but wanted to keep safety our priority as we planned this event. Thank you to Bridges Board of Directors, Resource Development Committee members, and the companies who sponsored tonight's event. Their partnership and your support are helping Bridges continue serving those experiencing homelessness or housing instability in Howard County. Let me introduce you to tonight's MC, Kristen Miller, Bridges Development and Marketing Manager. I'm so thankful for all she has done to plan this successful event. She's an incredible person and an asset to Bridges. Everyone, the amazing and incomparable Kristen Miller.
Thank you, Jen. And thank you to everyone participating in tonight's event. I'd like to start us off by sharing the mission of Bridges, which is to provide a path to self-sufficiency, to prevent and end homelessness through affordable housing solutions and advocacy in Howard County, Maryland. The Bridges mission to prevent and end homelessness is a cause tonight's sponsors and honorees have committed time and resources to, and for that, we are extremely grateful. Thank you to tonight's VIP sponsor, Baltimore Washington Financial Advisors. Their Wealth Management Director, Sandy Horner, has graciously offered to help us get this celebration going. Take it away, Sandy.
Good evening, Bridges to Housing Stability supporters. I'm Sandy Horner, Managing Director, Wealth Management at Baltimore Washington Financial Advisors. Several years ago, while attending another community event, I met, through a BWFA client, several members of the Bridges to Housing Stability team. And from that conversation, a relationship between BWFA and Bridges evolved. Baltimore Washington Financial Advisors is not only committed to serving our clients' comprehensive wealth management needs, we are committed to serving and supporting the entire Howard County community. For over 30 years, Bridges has served our community with several programs to prevent and end homelessness. BWFA is grateful to Bridges staff, board, and supporters for their contributions. Tonight, we gather to honor Harriet Bachman, Jackie Eng, and the United Way of Central Maryland for their monumental efforts that have helped Bridges to make an impact and be successful in all their Howard County ventures. As the VIP sponsor of tonight's event, BWFA encourages you to support Bridges and to continue to support Bridges. We invite you to attend the next Bridges fundraising event, The Taste of Wine, Splash of Charity, on June 10th at the Iron Bridge Wine Company, which is also sponsored by Baltimore Washington Financial Advisors. Again, thank you so much for your continued support and enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Sandy. And thank you for mentioning our next fundraiser. I have more details on that later. BWFA has gifted each person who picked up an order with Victoria Gastropub earlier with their company magazine. Check it out to learn more about BWFA and how they are serving our community. Now, we will hear a few words from Howard County Executive, Dr. Calvin Ball.
For over 30 years, Bridges to Housing Stability has provided critical, far-reaching service to our neighbors with low incomes, those experiencing homelessness, and those destabilized during the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm so pleased to join them tonight for their annual Heroes in Housing Awards ceremony. Throughout the pandemic, we've seen many challenges, but we have also seen our community come together to help friends and neighbors in need. Tonight, we join to honor some phenomenal heroes for housing who saw a need and helped those facing homelessness. Congratulations to Harriet Bachman, Jackie Ng, and United Way Maryland for receiving the Premier Volunteer Award, Bridges Legacy of Hope Award, and the Building Bridges Award, respectively. It's our duty to ensure no one falls through the cracks, especially during these trying times. These heroes have done exactly that and significantly contributed to Bridges' efforts to help Howard County end homelessness. Thank you again, Bridges to Housing Stability, for all your efforts to make our community a better place for all. Congratulations to all our recipients and volunteers. Together, we can end homelessness and ensure every resident can prosper.
I want to thank the County Executive, Dr. Ball, for taking the time to give remarks for this wonderful event, and thank you for supporting our organization. Like Dr. Ball said, Bridges has been in Howard County for over 30 years, and our focus has always been what our name implies, providing a bridge to housing stability for vulnerable households. How we implement this has changed over the years, from a transitional housing model in the beginning to several Housing First programs now. The big issue a majority of our households face is low wages or less than full-time working hours, making market rate rent out of reach. In Howard County, 1 in 5 households are spending more than 50% of their gross income on rent. This leaves very little money for food, transportation, utilities, healthcare, childcare, and other necessities. During the pandemic, many employers cut back hours for employees, so even those that usually could afford rent have been struggling. The number of people experiencing homelessness in Howard County has remained relatively stable over the past 10 years. With the pandemic, we all fear this number will grow dramatically. Bridges is thankful for all of the support we have had received through individual donors, faith communities, the Howard County government, and other funders, allowing us to not only continue our work, but serve more households affected by the pandemic and rehouse additional chronically homeless individuals and families. At Bridges, we know there is no one fix-all solution to the county's housing crisis for low-income families. So Bridges has several different programs that meet clients where they are with affordable rental units in our Alliance program, as well as supportive housing, rapid rehousing, eviction prevention, and housing connections. As a part of all of our programs, we have an employment retention specialist that works with employers and our clients to get jobs and retain them. We welcome volunteers anytime. We need volunteers to assist with administrative tasks, social media, fundraising events, rehabbing our rental units, participating on one of our committees, or our board of directors would be fantastic as well. We are hoping to bring on several new board members in the next few months. We are honoring 2 former board members tonight. So please consider this service. Board members make a huge impact on all that we do at Bridges. We're always looking for more people with investment rental properties in Howard County to partner with us to house vulnerable families. Contact us if you want to find a family for your unit. Learn more about our programs and how you can support our mission on 5 and 6 of our program book, or by visiting our website. I invite you to follow us on social media, sign up for our newsletter, and attend our future events as well. Your support makes a huge difference in the impact that we make toward our vision of eradicating homelessness in Howard County. It is a pleasure and an honor to now introduce our client speaker, Nadia Reeves, who will share her powerful story.
To God be all the glory. Hello, my name is Nadia Reeves. I am a divorced mother of 6 children. I have 2 adult sons who have families of their own and 4 daughters who live home with me, ages 19 and 21 that are still in college and 16 and 17 years old in high school. I got laid off from my job last year due to COVID-19 and only had an income of $430 from unemployment for my 4 kids and I. In November 2020, my youngest daughter got sick and we were all diagnosed with COVID-19. We were all quarantined, but I got pneumonia and COVID, and I was very sick. I could not speak, had difficulty breathing, and I was very weak and tired. I emailed my rental office to inform them of my situation, and they sent me names of companies that were offering rental assistance. I reached out to all on the list, but only Bridges returned my call to help. When Mrs. Fisher called from Bridges, her kind, compassionate words showed me she could help my family. I was already struggling financially, emotionally, mentally, because I was accustomed to a certain lifestyle and now I had nothing. I could not catch up with my rent. I could have been homeless with 4 kids and no family to turn to. But Bridges gave my family a fresh start by paying all my past due rent from September to December 2020. I am so happy, thankful, grateful to Bridges for allowing my God to use them to be a blessing to my kids and I, keeping a roof over our heads. Our deepest gratitude and appreciation goes to Bridges from the depths of our hearts. I said thank you again for responding to our needs with our hesitation. It shows that there are still kind people in this world willing to help. Kind words and caring for someone when they are down means a whole lot. Thank you, Bridges. May God continue giving Bridges the financial support and caring employees needed to be a blessing to people like me. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadia, for being willing to share your journey with us. It is an honor for our staff to assist individuals and families like Nadia's achieve self-sufficiency. We have all gathered here tonight to celebrate those who are dedicated to furthering Bridges' efforts to alleviate homelessness and ensure everyone in Howard County has access to affordable housing. Tonight's honorees are Heroes for Housing. They are community members who have dedicated time and resources to prevent and end homelessness in Howard County through affordable housing solutions and advocacy. Here to introduce this year's first Hero for Housing is Russ Snyder, the President and CEO of Volunteers of America, Chesapeake and Carolinas.
Good evening. My name is Russ Snyder. I am President and CEO of Volunteers of America, Chesapeake and the Carolinas. I have been serving on the Bridges to Housing Stability Board of Directors for 9 years now. I've served on many committees. I have also served as a past president of the organization. It is a great pleasure and my honor to present on behalf of Volunteers of America, Chesapeake and Carolinas, this year's Premier Volunteer Award to Harriet Bachman. Harriet has volunteered with Bridges for nearly 20 years and has been active in many ways to support the organization. Harriet was the chair of the program committee for 15 years and continues to serve as a committee member where she helps to evaluate existing programs, develop policies, and bring on new programs to the organization. Harriet was a member of the board of directors of Bridges for 9 years, shaping the organization's strategic direction and encouraging many congregations, civic groups, and other organizations to support our work in the community. For many years, Harriet has been a fierce advocate for ending homelessness and creating housing solutions for Howard County's most vulnerable residents. Whenever she is needed, Harriet has always stepped up to help with her contagious smile and fierce support of the work that we do. Beyond serving at Bridges, Harriet is also a volunteer mediator at the Mediation and Conflict Resolution Center in Howard County. I am thrilled to be a part of thanking Harriet for almost 2 decades of loyalty and enthusiasm she brings to her work with Bridges. Volunteers of America, Chesapeake and Carolinas is proud to present this year's Premier Volunteer Award to Harriet Bachman. Thank you, Harriet, for your 20 years of service and all your fierce loyalty to serving those homeless in the community, as well as helping and building affordability in housing in Howard County.
Thank you, Russ. I appreciate it. Very kind. Thank you, Russ, and the Volunteers of America for your sponsorship of this award, and thank you to Bridges for this honor. I began working with Bridges, then Congregations for the Homeless, almost 20 years ago. Jackie Eng was then president of the board, and through a combination of circumstances was serving as director and everything else. She agreed to let me work with her, although we didn't know what I would do at that point. But I did find work to do. I've spent most of my time volunteering as the chairperson of Bridges Program Committee, along with a group of staff and volunteers whose goal is to ensure that the services we provide to our clients are respectful, effective, and provided with a caring spirit. Staff and volunteers have worked together collaboratively, with staff doing the work and volunteers serving as a sounding board as we all put our heads together to evaluate how the work is going. We've looked together at what innovative ways staff can do their work. Years ago, staff developed the Housing Connections program, working directly with landlords to connect individuals with affordable housing. And other staff enhances the relatively new and constantly growing and much-needed Alliance program, which now provides 45 permanent affordable housing units, while the Housing Stability Program staff fine-tune ways to help people experiencing homelessness find quality housing as quickly as possible, and while staff and volunteers examine how the work is proceeding. The collaboration between staff and volunteers has been remarkable. As volunteers and staff work together, our role is to ask ourselves questions, always challenging ourselves as members of the committee to ensure that Bridges provides the services to our clients that we would want for ourselves. Over the years, through a number of client surveys, we have found that we continue to meet this goal. Our clients feel that Bridges provides effective, respectful, and caring services. I've been proud to be able to work with innovative and energetic executive directors, from Jane O'Leary to Kelly McLaughlin, and now with the formidable Jen Broderick, who has provided so much in many roles over a number of years. In addition, I have great respect for the professional, intelligent, and caring staff, and a first-class, hardworking board of directors. I'm certainly appreciative of Bridges donors, without whom we would not be able to do the job we do, which is why we are here tonight as we continue to serve so many people who move from homelessness to being housed. Thank you to all who continue in so many ways to work with Bridges, and thank you for this honor.
Harriet, it is always a joy to be in your presence. You are a true blessing to Bridges, and we thank you for your commitment to our mission. We would also like to thank Victoria Gastropub for providing quick and friendly service to our supporters earlier today. I thoroughly enjoyed my pasta dinner, and I hope each of you are enjoying your meals and the excellent alcoholic beverages provided. Hopefully, you've already poured yourself a glass of your favorite drink in tonight's guest gift, a fun glass customized for this occasion. Special thanks to Residential One, who sponsored this lovely guest gift, and to each of tonight's event sponsors: H-Car Cares, Heritage Housing Partners Corporation, and the Howard Hughes Corporation. We are very grateful for your continued support. Now, I'd like to introduce you to James Clark, a local State Farm agent who will be introducing a legend at Bridges to Housing Stability.
Good evening. I'm local State Farm agent James Clark. As State Farm agents, we pride ourselves on being good neighbors to our community. So it only seems right for us to partner with Bridges to Housing Stability to do the much needed work of helping people facing homelessness right in our own backyards. It is an honor for State Farm to sponsor and present the Bridges of Hope Legacy Award, given to someone that has made an extraordinary contribution to this community and has set a lasting example for others on how to make a positive impact that will never be forgotten. Jackie Ng has been a volunteer with Bridges for almost 2 decades. Her devotion to the cause of affordable housing has never wavered. She has served on Bridges' board of directors for 9 years, serving as board chair among other leadership positions, and is still active in Bridges' program committee. Jackie has helped to facilitate the transition of congregations concerned for homeless to Bridges of Housing Stability in 2009 after a terrible fire left the organization homeless itself. Jackie has been at the forefront of helping to expand Bridges and its programs and fundraisers. Jackie was a leader in creating and organizing the annual chili cook-off for 10 years and recruited judges, volunteers, and teams for the event. Outside of Bridges, Jackie has been an active volunteer, board member president, and public policy committee member for the Association of Community Services of Howard County. Jackie's dedication to affordable housing is unquestionable. She helped found the Housing Affordability Coalition with a diverse group of over 70 members and a powerful advocating body working towards housing for all in Howard County. Jackie continues to work with Howard County Executive, County Council, and Howard County Delegation to keep affordable housing and services promoting resident self-sufficiency priorities with our elected officials. I am delighted to be with you all tonight to celebrate Jackie Ng's impactful work in Howard County. And for her unforgettable work, she has been chosen as a 2021 recipient of the Bridges of Hope Legacy Award. State Farm proudly presents Jackie Ng with this well-deserved award.
Thank you, James.
You're
very
welcome.
much. James, thank you for the very kind words and for your agency living up to the State Farm reputation of being a good neighbor. I could not be more grateful or more humbled to receive this legacy award. When I joined Mount Zion United Methodist Church 20 years ago, looking in part for an opportunity to volunteer in our community, neither Mount Zion nor I had any idea that that match would lead to a long-term relationship, and for me personally, a rich and a rewarding relationship. Over these past 2 decades, I've been blessed in so many ways through this relationship, but surely the biggest blessing is the people I've met, learned from, and been so privileged to work with. From Congregation Concern for the Homeless's first part-time executive director, Tony Volk, who guided the fledgling organization with its 2 part-time case managers and 10 clients, to our first full-time exec, Jane O'Leary, who taught us all that we are not in the business of homelessness, rather we are in the business of people and housing. To Jen Broderick, who now expertly leads an organization of 17 accomplished and committed staff and manages a $2.8 million budget. Each of these women have led Bridges along an oftentimes winding and bumpy, but always a mission-focused and successful path. And along the path, these execs have been guided by an amazingly talented and committed array of directors and supported by hundreds of volunteers. But sadly, the end of the path is not yet in sight. Bridges' work, our work, is not yet done. In this extraordinarily wealthy and well-educated county, there still are hundreds of our neighbors who are homeless and thousands who live on the brink of homelessness. There still are people in our community who do not appreciate that housing is not just a commodity, a building, an asset. We still hear voices that don't recognize that a safe and stable home is critical to employee productivity and this county's economic vitality, to student achievement, to health, and to emotional well-being. There are still people who do not accept that the decades-long lack of housing that people of all incomes can afford is perhaps the single most contributing factor to the current concentrations of poverty, the racial inequities that are embedded in our county. I look forward to continuing down the Bridges path as a part of its amazing 200-person strong volunteer army until every voice in our county choir is singing in unison the Bridges song, Solving Homelessness with Housing. Thank you, everyone, so much again for this award, which I will always cherish.
Jackie, you are such a wise woman who has been truly monumental in Bridges' efforts to solve homelessness with housing. Thank you for your steadfast dedication to Bridges. And thank you again to everyone joining us tonight. I'd like to take a minute to tell you about the ways that you can support Bridges. You can give online via our website or mail a check to our main office. As Jen mentioned earlier, we are always looking for volunteers, board members, and additional partners. You can attend the multiple fundraising events Bridges hosts each year, and we also accept gift cards and certain household necessities. You can learn more about ways to support Bridges on pages 5 and 6 of your program book or on our website. As Sandy mentioned earlier, Bridges' next fundraising event is the Taste of Wine, Splash of Charity on Thursday, June 10th at the Iron Bridge Wine Company. Tickets will be available tomorrow until Sunday, June 6th at the link below. Here to present our last award of the evening are Sue Locock Harris and Brett Sevo from First Presbyterian Church of Howard County.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Sue Locock Harris, co-pastor of the First Presbyterian Church of Howard County. And this is Brett Sevo. He's an elder, part of our mission area leadership team, and point person for our Bridges mission team in the Hammer and Nails division. We're here to present this year's Building Bridges Award. Our congregation was honored to receive this award in 2019. Bridges to Housing Stability is one of First Church's foundational mission partners. We've supported Bridges with money, people, time, wisdom, and skill in a wide variety of ways, with paintbrushes and hammers, food baskets, school supplies, gift cards, supporting fundraisers, and consistently opening our church's checkbook for the past 30 years. Because, like Bridges, we believe every person deserves a home. And we at First Church want to be people who are repairers of the breach and restorers of streets. People who welcome and shelter our neighbor. Like First Presbyterian Church, the United Way of Central Maryland has partnered with Bridges for 25 years. Back in 1996, the United Way acknowledged that Bridges doesn't hand out Band-Aids, they vaccinate against homelessness. The United Way has provided 25 years of housing, utilities, education, life skills training, childcare, and direct client support. The United Way provided funding for new initiatives like the Shelter Diversion Program. They share their wisdom and resources with Bridges staff for continuing education and organizational development. They connect donors with Bridges clients. And United Way work teams help run events and assist with renovation of Bridges affordable housing units. And they work with agencies across Howard County to prevent eviction and support residents who are struggling with housing instability.
First Presbyterian Church of Howard County is excited to be with you tonight to honor United Way of Central Maryland for the many ways they support and partner with Bridges. We celebrate the impact United Way has on hundreds of individuals and family lives. As the inaugural recipient of the Building Bridges Award, we challenge the United Way of Central Maryland to carry on the tradition of the winner of this award sponsoring Building Bridges Award for the next recipient at the annual Heroes for Housing celebration.
It is our pleasure to present the Building Bridges Award to United Way of Central Maryland's President and CEO, Franklin Baker.
Thank you so much.
It's my privilege.
Thank you so much, Sue and Brett. This award is truly an honor for United Way of Central Maryland. We've enjoyed a long and productive relationship with Bridges over these past 25 years, and we are proud to continue to support your work to prevent and also to end homelessness in Howard County. On behalf of United Way, I applaud your efforts to improve lives and neighborhoods in our region. Together, we really are creating lasting change. Our support of Bridges' work focuses on housing for hard-to-shelter families, like those fathers who aren't often eligible for most shelter systems, the large families and households where family members have special medical needs. And we've long said that it's hard to be poor in a rich county, and Howard County has one of the highest costs of living in Maryland. Almost a third of households can't afford the basics like housing, food, childcare, transportation, and healthcare. It's not hard to see why. According to our research, an apartment for a family with 2 children costs about $2,300 a month. To just get by, a family of 4 needs to earn about $114,000 a year in Howard County. So we believe, like Bridges, that everyone deserves affordable and safe housing, especially now during this lingering pandemic. And as Jen Broderick has said, homelessness impacts people's work, their children's education, family relationships, and mental health. Having a place to call home means stability, safety, and security during these incredibly uncertain times. And so we share with Bridges the belief that healthy households equates to healthy neighborhoods. And we're proud of this collaborative relationship that has improved lives in lots of communities in Howard County. And so our work together is more important now than ever before, and we are so incredibly grateful for this recognition of our valued and vital partnership. Thank you so very much.
We'd like to wish Brett Sevo a happy birthday. United Way has been an amazing partner to Bridges, one who shares our mission of assisting individuals and their families in their journey to self-sufficiency. Franklin, we are forever thankful for the many years of support the United Way of Central Maryland has provided Bridges. Before we end tonight's celebration, I'd like to thank our program sponsors, Commercial Insurance Managers, the Rehoboth Family Foundation, and Reno and Kavanaugh. We also want to thank Focal Point Productions for streaming tonight's event. Please take a minute to look through the event program book for more information on Bridges, tonight's sponsors, the award recipients, and more.
Thank you so very much, Kristen. You did an excellent job for hosting Bridges' second annual Heroes for Housing celebration. We are so thankful to Harriet Bachman, Jackie Eng, and the United Way of Central Maryland for the meaningful impact they have made and continue to make at Bridges and throughout Howard County. Through the support of our staff, volunteers, partners, and supporters, Bridges has helped over 1,500 households to attain and sustain affordable housing. Thank you all for all that you do. Every contribution you give helps prevent and end homelessness in Howard County. We hope that you enjoyed tonight's event. Please stay safe and have a joyous evening. Good night.